Hey, my name's Hope. I have been, for the last couple of years now, reading through the Bible with my sister and another friend, Carrie, and actually a couple other friends here and there, reading a whole book of the Bible together over the space of a few weeks or months. And what we do is we take a passage at a time and then we just talk about it over text. Usually life is busy. We'll read it and then we'll just kind of share, are we seeing something we haven't seen before? Are we learning something new? Are we feeling challenged in some way? Are we finding something that really frustrates us and we just need to talk about it? So we've done a number of books together, my sister and Carrie and myself. And I really felt inspired a few months ago to add this to a blog that I was already doing called Just the Prelude. So I now have a Read the Bible with Me kind of stream within that blog, where you can read the book of Luke with me, just a passage at a time. And then I chat about what I'm learning. And I hope what will happen is you'll read it yourself and come up with your own thoughts and learn about it. A lot of people have big opinions about the Bible who haven't even read it. So read it. It's actually a great book. There's a lot to learn. You might be surprised. I've been reading it for like 50 years, as long as I've been reading, and I'm still surprised by it. So I am starting today, while I'm introducing the book of Acts. I'm really excited about this because I kind of felt like this was what God was telling me to do, was go through the book of Acts with whoever wanted to do it. So I hope you'll join me. If you're kind of a YouTube-y kind of person and want to subscribe, that'd be awesome. I don't really care. I just want you to read the Bible. So let's look at the book of Acts. Where do I even start with the book of Acts? It's called Acts of the Apostles, or just the book of Acts. You could call it Luke, the sequel. Where do we start? Back in Luke. Who thought it was a good idea to tuck the book of John between Luke and Acts? I do realize that they really thought through the organization of the biblical books. There's synoptic gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and they were all arranged together. And John is added last because it feels like he read the other gospels and went, yeah, but you forgot the one about... John tells a bunch of stories the others don't, and his perspective and approach are very different. So... okay, fine. I do understand why John is where it is, but it's also really inconvenient because it chops the book of Luke in half. If this is new to you, read the last paragraph or two of the book of Luke, then read the story as it begins in Acts. There's a good day's worth of overlap, and frankly, without the story we read about in Luke, what point would there even be in the apostles acting? In fact, huge spoiler alert, Saul, who plays a major role in this book, will say exactly that in one of his famous letters. The UHCP, which is the unauthorized Hope Cunningham paraphrase, if it existed, would say, if the story Luke tells wasn't true, the story Acts tells doesn't matter. Yeah, that's pretty dramatically paraphrased, but that is his point. Check it out in 1 Corinthians 15:14 if you're curious. As you may have inferred from my rant a moment ago, the book of Acts was written by Luke. So what do we know about him? Unlike the other gospel writers, it seems like Luke was not Jewish. He was a well-educated Greek medical doctor. He was involved in much of the story he tells in the book of Acts, so some is told from his eyewitness account, and the rest is told from the stories he heard firsthand. Historically speaking, this is a very reliable account. Personally, I love Luke. He's clearly way smarter than I am, but he thinks and writes in a way that connects for me. He's methodical, he did his homework, he collected the stories and laid them out thoughtfully. The opening of both books makes it clear that he's been commissioned by an influential man, probably a Roman official named Theophilus. He was to carefully research and record the story of this Jewish rabbi who had caused such a commotion in Palestine that long after he disappeared, his teaching spread all the way across the empire. And so the book of Acts is the part of the story where the rabbi's teachings spread. If you've never read it before, you're going to love it. If you've read it 100 times before, me too. Maybe not quite 100, but it's got to be close. Whatever, let's do this again because it never gets old. Read the Bible with me.